Hey, Internet. Happy holidays. They're coming up.
It's true.
We're here at the office.
Merry Christmas. Thank you, Mr. President, for making that possible.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you, Paul. It's Paul. It's Matt. This is very special. Not just because it's the holidays. Not just because it's Christmas. Paul has asked me to describe a scene from Lord of the Rings.
Yes. Hell has frozen over.
Paul cares about Lord of the Rings. That's what we're getting out of this. And he's admitted all of his mistakes from the past. That he was all the eye rolls he gave every time I was like, "This is about Lord of the Rings," and he's like, "This is it. This is where all of that gets wiped away." Okay, no. All right, so cool. I am happy to describe Lord of the Rings anytime I get a chance. But
happy, he's ecstatic.
Specifically, he's asking about the amazing scene, among many amazing scenes, but this one's actually particularly amazing. It is the beacons being lit scene, and if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you know exactly what that scene is.
Now, which movie of the Lord of the Rings movies was this in?
This is Return of the King.
Ah, okay. I did see Return of the King.
You did, and you don't remember this scene?
Yeah, not at all.
How do you not remember this scene?
I don't remember very little of it. I remember orcs.
Okay.
And dragons. And
you're killing me little by little, but you built me up. You built me up with this, so you can kill me a little bit, and we still have a net gain here.
Sure.
In awesomeness. All right. So why, Paul?
Why would I do this?
Why are you suddenly interested in Lord of the Rings when you have obviously not been for decades? All right, go for it.
Right. Okay. So, unbeknownst to you, because I keep my crazy radical interest to myself, I'm interested in Apple computers, and a gentleman named John Siracusa posted on Twitter in reference to the Mac Pro, which hasn't been updated for a very long time, and some people thought it would never be updated ever again.
Okay. So like my Mac Pro each year gets a little more obsolete.
Yes,
in other words. Okay.
Exactly. And so, people have given up, but no, Apple said last year that it will make a new Mac Pro. Not this year. Maybe next year. They didn't say maybe next year, but that's what you could hear in it.
Sure.
And so people have hope eternal that one day, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, who knows, the Mac Pro will be announced. So John Siracusa said, hey, anybody interested in this topic should bookmark this webpage. Webpage is it Mac Pro Day? And if you go to the website, it says no. The idea is maybe one day it'll be yes. So somebody responded to his post with a scene from Lord of the Rings, and under the title Mac Pro Day. So I was like, I don't understand what this person is saying.
Gotcha.
And soon perhaps I'll regret caring what this.
Oh yes, oh yes, you'll regret this day. Yeah. All right. So
is this the day that Paul asked a question about Lord of the Rings? Yes.
Yes. Bing. Okay. Answering your question would be fairly simple.
Oh.
But if you're
I
going to
like that.
describe the scene, you got to set it in context, and that
I
could
see,
take
of
me,
course.
I don't know, a half hour or so. All right, no, all right. So, I believe what the actual reference to the post is that the beacons have been it's an old ancestral way of communicating over the mountains from Gondor to Rohan.
Ah.
So Gondor, the White City, Rohan, Horse Lords, they're on the other side of the mountains. They don't have cell phones. They don't have a Mac Pro.
No, they
they
don't.
can't just be like, send a text. They're like, how do we tell them we need help? We're going to have a beacon system.
Ah.
So you guys got to light the torch. When you see that one go off, you're like, oh, crap. And then eventually you get over the mountains.
Look at that.
And then on the other side, Rohan's like, oh, they're calling for aid. I guess we better go help them out. So
Okay.
that was the way, the old system. Now, and so I think the idea is, it's, is it Mac Pro Day? No. Like, hundreds of years have gone by and they've never lit the damn thing.
Okay.
And so finally one day
Okay.
it gets lit. You're like, oh, shit, this is the day. This is
Okay.
that day. So that's what that's all
Yeah.
about.
That's good. Oh, so we can just stop right there.
Nope.
Okay, thanks, folks.
No. Okay, so
curses.
So, for book purists, of which I'm, I am one. Although that scene does not appear in the books.
What?
Yeah, but who cares? Because it's awesome. So, in the books, Tolkien mentions that system used to be used. Oh yeah, we used to use a beacon system.
Yeah.
That was what we did. We'd light the pyres on each of these 7 mountains, get over the White Mountains. Hey, the thing. But over time, it was like, oh, do we have to man these things every day? And what if the guy's looking the other direction? What if it's raining? I don't know, whatever. Like, we need a better system. And so they got more or less like a Pony Express.
Oh.
And so it was riders, and they would carry the red arrow.
Oh.
And if you brought the red arrow,
Yes.
and we're like, boom,
Boom.
Gondor's calling for aid. Here's the red arrow. Go.
Okay.
The thing.
Okay.
So obviously Peter Jackson, when he was working on the script for this thing, he's like,
Red Arrow.
there's a bunch of beacons being lit, and then there's a guys riding on horses with an arrow. We're going with the cinematic beacons, damn it.
Okay.
And so he's stuck with the beacons.
I see.
And,
Even though in the book they use the arrow.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
Oh.
So yeah, and it's the official call. So in the movie terms, Theoden of Rohan is kind of like Aragorn goes to ask him for help. Look, Gondor needs your help. We gotta go now. We gotta get across these mountains to help them. They're under siege.
Yeah.
And he's like, where was Gondor when I needed them? Basically.
Yeah.
And so without kind of like this official ancestral request,
Yes.
he's like, I don't really want to go help these guys. Then when the beacons are lit, it's like, oh, this is kind of like a pact almost. Like, we have to go now.
Okay.
And so that's the official, go help them.
That's why it seemed to be something he shouldn't be doing.
Right, that moment where he's thinking about it, when it's like, Gondor calls for aid!
He's like climbing up, and he's like,
And
"Oh,
Rohan
I've got it," and he almost falls over.
Oh, okay, well
That's what I'm talking about.
okay, the reason for that is that the current ruler of Gondor,
Yes.
I didn't say king, because he's not a king, but the ruler, I know, there's a lot to it. All right, anyway, Denethor is essentially clinically depressed.
Yes.
He has reasons to be, some of them are manipulative, but whatever, he's depressed.
Yeah.
Suicidal, in fact. And so he's basically like, we're not calling for aid because we're just going to it's hopeless.
Yes.
We're going to die anyway.
Sure.
Why
We're
call
all
a bunch of
gonna
other
die.
people to die? We're all going to die. Let's just die.
Yeah.
Let's just crawl into our caves and die.
Wow.
And so he's not, and then even though Gandalf's like, we got to get in the beacon so we can get help. No.
Yeah. Oh.
And so Gandalf takes it upon himself to surreptitiously light the beacons against the judgment of the current ruler of Gondor. So that's what that's all
That was
about.
Gandalf wrong? I thought Gandalf was the guy with the...
Gandalf's got the beard, but
Yeah.
he's below.
He's looking at the guy who's climbing
right.
up there.
He's
It looked like
Pippin.
he's in the...
It's one of the hobbits.
Pippin.
So he's got one of the hobbits because the hobbits can climb better than the Gandalf
I didn't realize.
can.
So that musical was about Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, the musical
Pippin?
was about. Yes, it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's also the Lion King is later on. The Return of the Lion King. No. But the music's awesome, by the way, too. Howard Shore.
Oh, Pippin?
Knocks. The music in Pippin is great. Actually, I'm not going to knock the music in Pippin. It is good, but Howard Shore basically does John Williams-like work in that trilogy and just knocks it out of the park. It really, with that, if you had like the same movie, but you've got like like 70s or 80s synth pop in the background. I don't know why I did that, but anyway, if it's a Casio in the background while Pip is gonna light the thing, it would look and sound horrible. But the fact that he's got that bam, 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 ba, 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 like you gotta. I remember when I saw it in the movie theaters, the hair on my arms were like boom. I was like, oh, dude, I gotta join the rebellion or join the Riders of Rohan, one of the others. Anyway. So yeah.
I assume I wasn't like that since I can't remember.
Apparently you don't remember it
at all.
I
was like, oh, this is the movie that I saw?
My heart.
What are you talking about?
My heart. Okay, so I want you to scan.
And I thought the movies were good.
All right, yay! You heard that too, everybody. Paul says the movies are good.
It certainly goes down easy.
Yeah. So Paul, your directive over Christmas is
didn't even affect my current life at all. So it didn't hurt me.
Okay.
See those movies. So that's a plus.
That's a plus. Some movies you might say hurt you.
Not scarred.
Batman v Superman.
Oh yeah, I'll never forget that moment.
Okay.
So there you go. See? Better than Batman v Superman. Therefore, not worth remembering.
Okay. Yeah. Shoot. All right, but so. Your directive is you have to scan these Mac user Twitter feed things.
Oh, no.
Find more Lord of the Rings references that you don't understand. Then you come back. You can explain why you need to know it, and then I'll give you the scene.
After that, I suspect that that person will be ostracized and vilified.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. I have to say, though, the
beacon is lit.
That a number of people might do that again. If I ever care again.
Minas Tirith calls for aid!
It's like, maybe this joke is just not really worth it.
Where was Gondor when the Westfold fell? Where was Gondor when our enemies closed in around us? Where was All right, he cuts off. Oh, because he's so angry. All right, anyway. All right, that's it, everybody. Happy holidays. Thank you for my Christmas gift, Paul. I didn't get you anything. And now Paul's dead because I've given him one bit too much of Lord of the Rings information. Bye, everybody.